All right, thank you all for being here for the official weigh-in for UFC 268, Usman versus Covington 2. And we will begin the proceedings with the man around whom this fight card was built, the consensus best pound-for-pound fighter in the sport, the undisputed UFC welterweight champion, the Nigerian Nightmare, Kamaru Usman. 169 pounds, the official weight for the champion, Kamaru Usman. All right, next fighter to the scale is the other man around whom this entire fight card was built, the former UFC interim welterweight champion and the #1 ranked welterweight contender, Colby Chaos Covington. 169.4, the official weight for Colby Covington. Your UFC 268 main event is official. All right, next fighter to the scale is the undisputed UFC strawweight champion, Thug Rose Namajunas. 115 pounds, the official weight for the champ, Thug Rose Namajunas. All right, next fighter to the scale is the former UFC strawweight champion and now the #1 ranked contender, Zhang Weili. Sorry. Official weight 115 pounds for Zhang Weili. Your UFC strawweight championship rematch is official. All right, next fighter to the scale. Fan base excited to see this man back on the proven ground, the former UFC interim lightweight champion, Justin Gaethje. Official weight 155.6 for Justin Gaethje. All right, next fighter to the scale, former world title challenger, the 5th ranked lightweight in the world and competing live on pay-per-view tomorrow night, Iron Michael Chandler. Official weight 155.2 for Michael Chandler. All right, next athlete to the scale, one of the more beloved fighters in UFC history, the future Hall of Famer, 8th ranked bantamweight contender and former lightweight champion, Frankie Edgar. 135.6, the official weight for Frankie Edgar. All right, next fighter to the scale, charged with kicking off the prelims live on ESPN News, the number 11 ranked middleweight in the world, EDMEN SHAHBAZYAN. $185.4, the official weight for EDMEN SHAHBAZYAN. All right, next fighter to the scale, competing live on pay-per-view tomorrow night in the UFC's featherweight division. He is New York's own Billy Quarantillo. Official weight 145.4 for Billy Q. All right, we will stay in the featherweight division as we welcome our next athlete competing in a prelim live on UFC Fight Pass, Melsik Baghdasaryan. $145.4, the official weight for Melsik Baghdasaryan. All right, next fighter to the scale. They don't come much more popular around these parts than this guy, back for the first time in a long time. Raging Al Iaquinta. $155.8, the official weight for Al Iaquinta. All right, moving on now to the UFC's light heavyweight division as we welcome John Allen. £205, the official weight for John Allen. All right, next athlete to the scale, 14th ranked in the UFC's featherweight division and competing live on pay-per-view tomorrow. You know this man, Monroe, New York's Hurricane, Shane Burgos. $145.6, the official weight for Shane Burgos. All right, next fighter to the scale. He is one half of the featured prelim on ESPN News in the UFC's middleweight division and set to make his UFC debut here tomorrow, Alex Pereira. $185.8, the official weight for Alex Pereira. All right, next fighter to the scale, also making his UFC debut here tomorrow in the UFC's middleweight division, Chris Curtis. The official weight, 186 pounds for Chris Curtis. All right, next fighter to the scale in the UFC's heavyweight division, Chris Barnett. $263.8, the official weight for Chris Barnett. All right, next fighter to the scale, UFC lightweight division staple, Bobby King Green. $155.2, the official weight for the King, Bobby Green. All right, next fighter to the scale, competing in the UFC's welterweight division, live on UFC Fight Pass, Jordan Williams. Official weight for Jordan Williams, 170.6. All right, next up, we welcome an oncoming force in the UFC's middleweight division, Phil Hawes. $185.4, the official weight for Phil Megatron Hawes. All right, next fighter to the scale, competing live on pay-per-view tomorrow. The 13th ranked bantamweight in the world out of Ecuador, Marlon Chito Vera. 135 pounds, the official weight for Chito Vera. All right, next fighter to the scale with much fanfare, set to make his UFC debut live on Fight Pass tomorrow in the UFC's welterweight division. He is undefeated. He is the future. GARRY. $169.6, the official weight for GARRY. All right, next fighter to the scale in the UFC's flyweight division, Ode Osborne. 125.2, the official weight for Ode Osborne. There he is, next fighter to the scale, MacArthur High School graduate John Vellante. $260.6, the official weight for John Vellante. All right, next fighter to the scale, one half of the featured prelim on ESPN News in the UFC's middleweight division, Andreas Michailidis. £185, the official weight for Andreas Michailidis. Now, in the UFC's middleweight division, a prelim you can see live on ESPN News as we welcome Nassourdine Imavov. $184.6, the official weight for Nassourdine Imavov. All right, next fighter to the scale, competing in the UFC's light heavyweight division, the Hanyak, Dustin JACOBY. $203.6, the official weight for Dustin JACOBY. All right, next athlete to the scale in the UFC's featherweight division, Bruno SOUZA. $148.4, the official weight for Bruno SOUZA. All right, next fighter to the scale, competing in the UFC's flyweight division and making his debut here tomorrow night, CJ Vergara. $127.4 for CJ Vergara.